You don't want to be struggling financially just because of a relationship. You know what I'm saying? You want that to be the last reason why. You feel me? If anything, I'd rather, be struggling because of my car or something than just a relationship, because you don't have to be in a relationship. And if you're gonna be quite honest, 99% of relationships don't last. You feel me? So don't. And if you're still in that, part of your life to where it's like either you're still a virgin, you probably haven't, experienced enough relationships with, different people, so you might be in that, that younger naive mindset, but you don't need to see your person every day. You know what I'm saying? None of that shit, bro, because it all holds you back from putting yourself in a better position. And that's what we focus on the most on this channel, is elevating our lives. So if you're watching this video, man, you know, and you're in a relationship and it's draining you, your best, bet would be to just walk away from that relationship. Your finances and your life comes first before anyone else. You know, and hey, man, it's all up to you. It's what you choose. It's what you choose to prioritize. So if you have a person that you feel like, y'all are locked in and y'all really can make something out of this life together, then that's fine. That's cool. But for a lot of people, the smart decision would just be to just thug it out by yourself for a while until you get yourself set up first. And you know, I say this is because, bro, you have to put your finances first. You have to make sure that you can take care of yourself first. This is for guys and females. I know a lot of y'all females out there be trying to, like, have a certain mindset to where you want a man to take care of you, and that's cool. But early on, you have to realize you are an adult first. Before you are anything, you are a full-grown adult, and adults take care of themselves. So make sure you have yourself set up. Make sure you have your finances in order, before you start dealing with these relationships, because a lot of these relationships really just be a waste of time if you think about it. A lot of people spend so much money on their loved one, right? Just for things to fail and not work out, and then they never fix things, they never recoup or anything. So it's like an investment. It's like, it's like an investment. You put money in a certain stock and you're expecting for it to, prosper and grow. But, to your surprise, it just suddenly crashed and you just lost all that money. And you're thinking about, damn, what you could have done with all that time, money, and energy and effort that you put into that situation. All of that could have went somewhere else. That could have went towards bettering your life, bettering your finances, bettering your relationship with your family, and so on and so on. And so this is why, if you are, in a relationship right now, but you're not set up in terms of finances, hey, man, it's gonna come up point in time where you have to choose. You have to make a decision. What's best for you, and you have to choose what's best for you, or else you're gonna be somewhere off struggling. And I know a lot of us can relate to this because everybody doesn't have things figured out. The average person, believe it or not, is struggling in many ways that you don't, understand unless you have the responsibilities that, a lot of us have, like a crib, car, and so on and so on. So I'm saying this because I want us all to do well financially. I want us all to do well in general. But it's certain things in life that we can avoid, like making a terrible car decision, a car purchase. Being in a relationship that is not working out for you. It's not good for you. It's causing a lot of stress and a lot of negativity. Putting yourself in certain environments that you shouldn't be in. Staying at a job that you don't like. Staying at a job that is causing you all type of problems, all type of stress. Whoop de whoop. All of these things will, like, literally hold you back from so much. Make sure you make the right decisions in life, because, like I said in the previous vid, certain mistakes that you make in life, you can't afford to make certain mistakes. Say if you, like I said before, say if you waste time in a relationship for certain years, because a lot of people be in long relationships for years and years and years. And you have to think about that as an investment. You are spending time with a person, and a lot of y'all know that that person is not good for you. Y'all know that that situation is not bettering your life. It's causing more harm than good. So By you wasting all this time dealing with this person, you're just making life worse for yourself. All that time you could have been spent in improving your life, investing in your craft, investing in, things that will better your life, So this is why I go to say, focus on your priorities, bro, and make sure your priorities is set in order. Because believe it or not, how you choose to navigate this life will determine where you end up in life. A lot of people go through life doing a lot of things, and believe it or not, a lot of things that we choose to do in this life is completely avoidable if you just take the time to think before you act. So, you know, I'm saying all this because a lot of people that watch my channel that click on my vids, you only click on my vids if you really focus on finances and if you really care about your future, because that's what I speak on. That's what I'm focused on. So in order for you to end up in a nice you know area of life, end up having a nice car, a nice crib, your family is straight, your finances are straight. You have to make the right decisions in life. You have to go through life and you have to build something. You have to maintain your value. You have to, do certain things in life that's going to inevitably better your situation. So when you're spending time in a relationship with a female because of lust, or when you're spending time in a relationship with a guy because of lust, or any other reasons, but things aren't going right, that person is toxic, that person doesn't really care about you, you're literally harming yourself. You're harming your path, because we are all on a journey in this life. I say this because a lot of y'all need to view life a certain way. You need to take life more serious. You need to realize, what do you want out of life? Do you want to just be somebody that people take advantage of? Because if you allow yourself to stay in certain situations that it's not helping you, it's not bettering your life, you're going to get taken advantage of. People are going to use you for whatever they want to use you for, because they know you not going to do nothing about it. You're not going to walk away. You're going to sit around and you're going to take whatever they throw at you. And this is not okay, because we say this a lot when it comes to, dealing with life, because life throws a lot of obstacles at, everyone. Everyone is going to deal with obstacles in their life, regardless of who you are, what you're going through. You could be the richest person on this planet. You're going to deal with a lot of things in life. You might have loved ones pass. You might have certain bills that you got to pay, even though you're rich enough to pay those bills and not have to worry about them. Still things happen. You can have a company that fails, whatever it may be. So you need to focus on your life. Focus on making sure your life is set up in order before you take time to invest in certain things. Like, if you're going through life and you're not where you want to be at in life yet, and say for instance you're starting your craft, now is not the time to be in a senseless relationship. I don't care. Like, that's the thing. A lot of people, we only look out for people and try to put ourselves in a relationship because either you have friends that's in relationships and you feel as if you're lonely or not, and because of your friend group you think you need to be pressured into finding a girl or a guy to make you feel a certain type of way, or whether it may be like you just can't control your lust, whatever it may be. You need to figure that out and fix the cause of that, because by you constantly feeling as if you need somebody and you need to be put up with somebody, you're never going to have your priorities set in order, because you're focused on the wrong things. That's like me right now as a man, and it's different for females and guys, but for me right now, I know for a fact as a man, I need to make sure that my priorities is in order. I need to make sure that I'm at a point in my life to where I can pay all my bills on autopilot with no worries. If you are a man and you can't do that one thing and you have a relationship, that's not a smart situation. I can't judge everybody's situation, but I know for a fact that's not a smart situation. I don't care if you're trying to build with the lady or whatnot. Hey, to each his own, man. If she's a good woman and you think you see a future with her, then that's on you. But just from a simple play, a logical standpoint, as a man, you want to focus and get your life together, because the least you want to be doing is letting lust and things of that nature control you, because let that control you, that shows you don't have discipline. If you can't control your lust, you cannot control your finances. It's simple as that. A lot of guys out here can relate to, and even me, I can relate to doing this as well because I'm not perfect. You know, we all have our moments where we make mistakes. So it's like a lot of guys out there, y'all can relate to, just when it comes to the dating scene, just doing whatever, dating whoever, having sex with whoever, just cause you're a man. You feel me? But we not gonna just let that slide. No, you need to be managing your time wisely instead of going out letting your lust control you and spending all this time with all these different women and just looking for instant gratification. You could have been spending all that time building a future for yourself, working on a company, build something, work on a a project. You know, start posting vids, something, content. Become that lawyer, become a nurse. Become somebody successful. You have to. That's what I'm saying. Like you don't. When it comes to changing your life, you really don't have time to be just doing whatever. You don't have time to just be with whoever. You can't. Your life is going to end up in a place to where it's like you're not going to like where you're at because you didn't focus on your life. And when it comes to anything in this world, bro, if you don't give whatever you're focusing on enough attention, it's not going to go the way you want it to go. You got to think, regardless of the fact, life will never go the way you want it to go. Things will never go your way 100%. So if you're not giving your craft the attention that it needs, it's damn sure not going to go your way. Things is damn sure not going to go the way you want it to be. Things are just going to be falling apart. Things are going to be, iffy and things of that nature. You might find yourself not able to keep up with your craft because you just can't fund it. Everything needs like you. That's what I'm saying. And for a lot of you guys out there, y'all need to be focusing on your finances even more than like your craft or whatnot. Because before you focus on your craft or what you plan on building, so that can help you reach financial freedom, your finances come before that. You need a job. You need an income that's stable enough before you focus on building a craft. And this is why I say, for a lot of people out here who are like just now, like starting their financial journey and trying to elevate their lives, that's why I say get a job first because it's simple, it's obvious, and it's not hard to do. A lot of people do be saying that the job market is fucked up, and it really is. But at the same time, so what, bro? I just found a new job recently, and it took less than a month for me to find a new job. So I don't give a fuck what nobody's saying. Everybody, like, you gotta realize on the internet, a lot of people just be talking. They just say things, and that's it. That's all it really is to it. It's all about your perspective. If you believe the job market is fucked up and that you can't go out here and gain more opportunities in life, then you're not gonna opportunities are not gonna be shown to you because your perspective. So go get a job, bro. Make sure you have a stable income and then focus on your craft as a man and as a woman too, because for women it's kind of iffy depending on how you want to live your life. If you're a woman and you want to live under a man or whatnot, you still should have a job or still have some income that's stable enough to be able to fully fund your life first before you go out venturing looking for a man or whatnot, just to make sure your life is stable, because you're a full grown adult. We all are. If you're over the age of 18, 20, a lot of people say we're still kids, but if you on your own and you got your own car and you got your crib and you're over 18, you are a grown ass adult. Don't be falling into that idea that, oh, you're still a kid. Yeah, you're a kid in some sense, but bro, no, you're a grown ass adult, and it's time to grow up and change your life. Because by you keeping that mentality as if you're just a kid and you're just trying to give yourself all the excuses in the world, you're never going to get shit done. You're never going to change your life if you keep giving yourself excuses. And I'm saying this for myself as well. Like, I'm never perfect. I'm not where I want to be at in no way, shape, or form. So don't look at me and think that I am, I'm so perfect or I'm at that point. I'm not at that point. When I post these vids for myself as well. You feel me? It's all about self improvement. It's all about us improving our lives and elevating. But yeah, that's all I got to say, man. Make sure you set yourself up financially and in general before you hop in a relationship. Because be wary, a lot of these people out here don't care about their time. They don't worry. They don't understand what time management is. They don't understand what priorities are. So they just go out here and they just do whatever. A lot of people can literally be wearing a mask. Like you might like this person and they might not even show you who they really are the whole time. And I've dealt with this. A lot of y'all who are virgins, who haven't really dealt with people, you haven't really had, more than what, 3 relationships. You don't know how people can be. So that's why a lot of people, like a lot of younger people, can be so naive and so focused and so like delusional when it comes to their person because they haven't experienced the world enough. You feel me? So don't be so delusional, bro. Stop thinking you need to be around your person all the time. Female or a guy, it don't matter. Your life comes first. Your situation comes first. Because if you keep sitting around letting yourself, be in certain situations that's not better for you, your life will never be the way you want it to be. And honestly, it really takes a person like me, or it takes somebody to tell you certain things for you to change your perspective, change the way that you're moving through life, make different decisions. It takes for that for you to change. So this is why I'm telling y'all, man, focus on your situation first. Make sure your finances is set. Make sure your priorities is in order before you take time and invest that in a person. Because you're going to be looking back in time thinking like, damn, I spent 3 years with this person. The whole time, I never knew that they was never for me. They was never there for the long term. There's so many, intentions and certain things that people carry within themselves that you never would know about. And this is why you want to manage your time wisely and focus on your priorities first before you ever make the decision to invest your time in another person. But that's all I got for y'all for today's video. Make sure y'all comment, like, subscribe, and I'm gonna catch y'all next one, man. Peace out.